Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Naruto Shippuden episode review. This one's going to be for episode 473, the Sharingan Revived. And yeah, straight away I'll say if you haven't seen the episode yet, link is in the description to where to watch it. It's where I watched it. But yeah, this episode covered a lot more ground than I expected to, and we obviously got the final blow, basically, of the Kaguya versus everyone fight. So I wasn't expecting the episode to cover that much. I was kind of expecting to almost end in mid-air just with the reveal of Kakashi's Susanoo. But yeah, we got the fight, and it was, I thought, really well done. Was it perfect as the kind of last major sequence of this Kaguya battle? I don't think so. Maybe they could have given it a little bit more time. But overall, a lot of the sequences, the action, I thought was really well done and got me excited watching it. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say in terms of general thoughts. I thought the animation I thought was quite good. I don't think it was spectacular, but it was like really solid, I think. And yes, a lot of big moments. So yeah, let's get into specifics. There's a lot to talk about with this episode. So yeah, the death of Obito continues, which is a little bit kind of funny, like how it's going on for like 3 or 4 episodes now, since his kind of death blow. But we continue directly on from last episode, and we get Obito and Rin chatting just prior to them moving on. And you kind of have this idea that she has kind of returned to kind of bring Kakashi and Obito together, give them the strength to kind of get in front of those attacks. Obito sacrificed himself, but now he realizes that if I just leave Kakashi helpless out there, he's going to join us very quickly and we won't have our alone time together. So I'm going to go back and help him. And it was a really nice little moment between Obito and Rin, just like, where she just kind of accepts that, oh, you two are close. Since I left, you two have gotten close. Like, it's a really complicated relationship, of course, but obviously the closeness between Kakashi and Obito is back now, and so it was a very kind of fitting moment. And then, this is obviously the moment a lot of Naruto fans complain about Obito's power being given to Kakashi to give Kakashi something to do in this final fight. And ultimately my thoughts on it are that, given some of the stuff that we've seen prior in the series, I don't think this is too big of a stretch, in that we've had moments where Itachi has implanted the Amaterasu ability within Sasuke, just by touch. I don't think it's much more of a stretch to kind of say that Obito can basically implant his ability within Kakashi. The problem, of course, being that Kakashi at this point in time doesn't have Sharingan eyes, and so how does he suddenly have the ability to use that? How are his eyes suddenly changed into Sharingan eyes? That is the kind of like extra confusion. But I suppose at the same time, Itachi implanted the Amaterasu before Sasuke had unlocked the Mangekyo Sharingan, because it was the death of Itachi that unlocked the Mangekyo Sharingan for Itachi in the first place. So they've definitely done these things where you can give people ability when they don't necessarily have the proper, equipment to actually use them. This definitely, a little bit of a stretch, but I don't think it's so big that it is the worst kind of pulling an ability out of nothing we've ever seen. Because I think the flashback that they used at the very beginning, showing the young Obito giving Kakashi the Sharingan for the first time, I really thought they emphasized that quite well. That is the same sequence, basically, where Obito first gets his Sharingan. That Obito's Sharingan has basically been just as much Kakashi's as Obito's. So I think that it's very, very fitting that Obito got a little bit of time with both eyes, and now Kakashi also gets some time with both eyes. And they are both kind of sharing this ability, because for, most of Kakashi has had, one of the eyes basically just as long as Obito. And I think that there's something, quite fitting about that the moment when the Mangekyo Sharingan was awakened was a moment that they both witnessed, that it was Kakashi having to kill Rin and Obito witnessing that unlocked the Mangekyo Sharingan for both of them. So I think that there's something, I think, there that this Sharingan belongs to both of them, and that is another factor in it, in addition to the whole idea of just prior before Obito passes on, he kind of puts his last bit of like lingering chakra within Kakashi and basically says, "This is my final gift to you before you become the sixth Hokage." Because I forgot to say, I want Naruto to become Hokage, but it's going to be the seventh Hokage. You should be the sixth, and this is my early gift to you for that. And I thought that was a really nicely done kind of final moment of just kind of Obito saying that Naruto's not quite ready yet. He will be. You should be the one to pass it on to him. I kind of trust you enough now to have this, dream as well, to become the next Hokage. And here's this power that you can use to kind of get yourself out of this situation. And yeah, I like that. And then I think this episode did the kind of sudden reveals of things really well. Like, you saw that he had both Sharingan eyes, but you didn't immediately know that he was going to go straight to Susanoo. So when Kaguya kind of ends up changing forms because the tailed beasts begin to kind of destabilize, basically, and the arms are kind of sucking everything up and they're going out of control. It was a kind of cool moment where Sakura is saved from it by Kakashi and the, really luminous blue Susanoo that is basically Obito's and Kakashi's. So I thought that was such a cool moment, just the reveal of the new Susanoo, and the powers that it used, the whole Kamui Shuriken thing was great, and just the whole Kamui attacks that Kakashi used in this entire episode were so well done, and just the reaction of everyone. Like, Naruto doesn't even attempt to try and explain it in his mind. He's just like, of course, Kakashi, with the Kakashi of the Sharingan, the copy ninja, of course he'd come out with something like this in the last moment. Whereas Sasuke is just like, he doesn't have the eyes, how can he do this? How is this possible? And even Sakura is kind of thinking, like, what's going on here? But again, like I said, this is a show where Itachi can give someone an ability by touch, where you can seal the last remaining memories, essence, messages of people within you via chakra, and especially that we just got the kind of origin story for chakra and what it is. It is this thing that connects people. So, and I think a lot of people just tend to very simply use it as a power source, when in fact, as Obito says here, it is something that kind of connects the worlds, and that it is your life essence, essentially. And you being able to, if you have a deep enough connection, to like transfer it to someone isn't as far of a stretch as a lot of things, I think, in the series. So that was just a really cool reveal of that. And so the whole time, obviously, Naruto has cut off Kaguya's arm that has Black Zetsu on it, and he's out of the battle, and he's kind of aware that Kaguya is kind of getting overwhelmed here. And I love the setup for like the final sequence, the final attack from Team 7. Kakashi gets them together and it's just like, this is going to be our final mission as Team 7, and he kind of puts the plan together. And I love how Sakura just kind of disappears after that moment. She's just kind of not in it, and you see Naruto and Sasuke come to the forefront. They temporarily shield Sasuke, so like we as the audience basically know what Naruto's just done. He's switched out Sasuke, he's transformed into Sasuke, and one of the clones is kind of hiding as Sasuke. So when the big attacks comes, they're going for the final blow, they're going for the sealing thing, and then Kakashi kind of opens the path for them. I thought it was a really good role for him in this episode as the leader of Team 7, opening up a path for his students to kind of surpass him and win the day. I thought that was a really great role for him, that you think he gets hit with the dead Ashbone attack, but then he reveals that, wait, I have both Sharingan, so I have Obito's Kamui technique. It's not the ranged dimensional transportation, it's dimensional transportation like through myself. And I love how it's just Kakashi's first time using the technique is against Kaguya, and the Ashbone thing just goes straight through him, and it's a really cool thing. And then the Kamui Lightning Blade, what a great attack, just this idea. It's a really great conceptual attack, that it doesn't just like cut through people with lightning. No, it actually transports the kind of arc that his hand takes out of them. So he basically like transports like most of Kaguya's shoulder into a different dimension, and that's kind of what makes her arm useless to use the attack against the Sasuke clone. So I thought the last sequence is just such a really well put together moment, in that you have all these little tricks from Naruto and Sasuke. You have Kakashi's final trick, Sakura's big moment. Zetsu tries to defend his master by basically making amends for the fact that she's missing one of her arms by him using a bit of her power to send one of the dead ash bones through one of the portals. And the last sequence where the Naruto clone crumbles away, Sasuke uses his Rinnegan technique where you can kind of change places with someone and takes the place of that Naruto clone. The Sasuke clone transforms into the real Naruto. Kakashi, as he's falling, Kamui's away the Zetsu attack. Lots of stuff happening, but it was orchestrated so well. And then you think the final blow is about to happen. Kakashi has made it happen, basically. Their hands are coming together, the seal's going to happen. And at the last moment, she's just so distracted, thinking, like, if I go to the ice world, no, because Sasuke has Amaterasu, and that will just defeat the ice world. What can I do? And instead, she basically just says, the only way I can do this is just by, like, going up and, like, physically just dodging it in this world. And you think they're going to miss. And then out of nowhere, just Sakura from the top, just amazing kind of cherry blossom crash, sending her flying back down. The ceiling happens. Kakashi has this kind of big moment of just the team has come together. Weird place to have a flashback to really early in the series. I get what they were going for, in that like he remembers them as like their early thing. They didn't have teamwork, and now it's this perfect teamwork between all members to defeat Kaguya, the craziest villain they've ever met, and their teamwork has been completely responsible for this final blow hitting. I get what they were going for. You know, somewhat questionable choice to actually just show like a bit of like a minute flashback at that point. I could have understand like little flashing screens in between like the attack just about to connect, that like his dreams as a mentor are finally coming through, the team is working well together. They maybe devoted a bit too much time to the flashback here, but I liked what they went for here. That his doubts initially were about their teamwork, and now it's worked perfectly. But yeah, the Sakura bit was cool. Some people will question it because obviously like, oh well, Kaguya had her Byakugan activated. Could she not have seen Sakura? I think they animated it in such a way where it was clear that she was coming in from roughly Kaguya's blind spot. And that combined with the fact that Kaguya was so focused on her strategic planning, like which dimension should I escape to? The seal is like literally about to happen. I've got to escape. So she just she just like floats up higher really fast and basically runs straight into Sakura. Like, yes, you sort of question that a little bit, but I think it is roughly the spot where the Byakugan blind spot is. It's like one of the vertebrae in the neck, and it extends like outwards in a cone. And so because it kind of extends outwards like that, it's not just like one little line, it is actually like a big thing that Sakura could fit into. So I think that's a reasonable explanation for why Kaguya didn't notice Sakura. But I liked her involvement in it, that just her strength is actually so powerful that it did have a big effect on Kaguya, that it sent her flying back down and allowed Naruto and Sasuke to seal her in the end. And I really liked that the episode just ended with the seal connection, where like you're pretty sure it's the final blow because the team worked together. It's this really great moment. Kakashi like used up his amazing power that Obito has given to him as his like kind of final gift. But they cut off just before you see if this is fully the final blow. But it basically is, because the preview for next episode obviously very much hints that, you know, it's more of a celebration kind of after the big battle, but some other stuff is happening. So, yeah, as you can see probably from how hyped I was about some of those action scenes, I really liked the way they were kind of done. As I said, maybe the animation could have been a little bit better. They could have spent a little bit more time on this. But as a final blow, I thought that was really well done. Great teamwork. All of our like key characters involved. Zetsu trying to help Kaguya. Kaguya, trying to use all of her kind of powers to stop this from happening. But in the end, she is sealed once again, and it's just a cool ending. But obviously, we are building towards the kind of key, more personal arc of Naruto and Sasuke. Is that still an issue? And we'll obviously see that happen. We know there's something coming with the reanimated Hokage, and Hagoromo is still there. And just a lot of stuff still to look forward to. But as the end of our kind of big final villain, I thought it was well done. As I said, I was maybe expecting one or two more episodes still dealing with Kaguya, but I kind of appreciate that they just, like, after they've kind of lingered on, like, filler stuff for a long time, that they just kind of went for it, that they realized that, no, this probably took place over the course of a couple of manga chapters. We can fit this into one episode and make just this really cool plan that Team 7 executes just flow really nicely at the end of one episode, and I thought that worked overall really well. So just really, really good stuff. I'm going to basically end it there before I start like heavily repeating myself. But in the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on the episode. How did you like the episode itself? Do you think they should have spent more time on this final fight? Or are you kind of happy that this is kind of over and they have more time now to deal with the stuff that's still to come? Because obviously, I think most people are assuming the show is roughly going to end on episode 480. At least the main arc, up to Naruto's chapter 700, will end on episode 480. And then after that, they'll start animating the books and stuff like that, the light novels. But where do you think it's going to, end and stuff like that? So that's basically been the video. I'll just finish by saying, if you want to follow me on Twitter or Tumblr, links in the description to my social media accounts. Then if you want to help support my channel so I can make more videos, better videos, link in the description to my Patreon page and also a PayPal donation link. But that's been a video. Thanks for watching, and bye.